Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers' best bet or daily package for only $2.
Hey guys, welcome in, and a very, happy Tuesday now. Final Tuesday of 2022 as we get ready to welcome in a new year and, of course, working our way to a new NBA champion. We've got a few games on the board here today we're going to break down for you on the NBA Tip-Off Show, and we are going to do it with our partners in crime here as two of the OGs. Rob Vino, I believe, is at an airport near you trying to figure out how to get a flight or get somebody in. He's an absolute disaster, but he does send his love. And Rob Vino, get home soon. And if you need help, you just call Ski Profit. He'll help you, man. Because Ski's in the house. Ski's gone. He's like, listen, Ski's on an undisclosed island somewhere right now enjoying his holiday. We appreciate him coming by. Tony Finn in the house, and hell of a card here tonight, guys. Some really intriguing matchups. Anything, Ski, that you've already got locked and loaded over at WagerTalk.com for us tonight?
Well, this is a rare day. I mean, obviously holidays and all that stuff, but I wasn't feeling the best after last night, so it was a late start for me this morning, and I wanted to make sure I finish all my work before I send out my plays because it was an ugly weekend. So trying to get right today. I have some things that I've worked out and I like, and I will be adding them after the show.
So if it wasn't for that one quarter, Ski, in that Dallas game, them Lakers would have had that damn cover, bastards. Talk to me, Tony Finn. I know you said we just talked on the college basketball show. You said you had some games here that you were circled that you liked in the association here. Anything ready to go?
Yeah, I have three positions, three sides for tonight, three different games, obviously, and I like them. Much like I liked last night. I only had one game last night. I had two, but I gave one out as a free play. I released one as a 5%er, which was Portland, minus a touchdown, -6. They struggled a little bit in the first half, but a tired Charlotte team, weary-legged road team, succumbed to the 7'1" 3-point shooting best shooter ever in the world, right? Nurchek played well, and so I went 2-0. Got caught the Monday Night Football game, caught the basketball game, ready for tonight. 3 NBA up, locked, loaded, only at WagerTalk.
All right, there you go. So we've got plays loaded. We're going to start, of course, with our contrarian play of the day as the contrarian gods are taking a look at the Sacramento Kings, getting 3.5 here against those Denver Nuggets. If you like defense, do not watch this game. But the Sacramento Kings here, the big story, Domantas Sabonis, I believe, is still listed as doubtful, although he's saying with the thumb injury that he plans on trying to play through it. But as of right now, looks like he is still listed as doubtful. As far as Denver goes, I see KCP is probable. Jamal Murray is a go here. Aaron Gordon, though, remains questionable in this one. However you want to put it together, Ski, we're probably going to get some points in this one here, but should Denver be a favorite on the road?
I don't usually trust Denver laying points. They have been playing better defense lately, and this is they've been playing better lately in general as far as stats that I look at: rebound percentage, defensive rating. Last 5 games favor the Denver side. It's one of those scenarios though where both teams, they play again tomorrow, same place. There's no travel, and so far this year, I've been noticing the home dogs on the front end of these situations have had success. They're 9-1 against the spread and 8-2 straight up. So I can understand why the contrarian play is Sacramento. A whole lot of people are not going to like them, especially without Domantas Sabonis. But maybe, we've seen this plenty of times with the star player injured or eventually ruled out, the other team overlooks them. So I can see a scenario where that happens. Sacramento maybe gets a win tonight, and Denver is a little bit more focused tomorrow night. So I can agree with the contrarian play for today.
Damn, it only took a full year. We finally got Ski on the side of the contrarian gods here. Makes total sense, though, Finn, doesn't it? We've seen it. Yeah. Big name, star guy, main contributor offensively. And, everyone usually picks up their game around it. So Sacramento at home. Do you agree with this contrarian gods here tonight?
Yeah, listen. I absolutely agree that if you're on Sacramento, you're on the wrong side.
Woo!
Yeah.
You know how that's going to work out.
The metrics on Sabonis. Without Sabonis, Sacramento goes from a +1 net rating to a -10. This is a guy who plays 40. He averages more minutes than anybody on the team. Plays over 40 half the nights, half the games. And he's going to try to play. He's going to try to play with this fracture in his hand. My guess is if he can gut this out, because it's going to be that injury that he has. I was talking to a guy this morning. I asked him because he's he's one of those tells all the girls he's a doctor. So when I needed some medical advice, I asked him.
Okay.
And and he said it's a threshold of pain injury. If you can play through the pain. So he said, if you think that Sabonis can play on Quaaludes or Percocet, then, you want to be on Sacramento. This is my guess. Right now, the number at least was, Joe, is it still a 3 or a 4? What's the number on this game?
3.5.
If they announce Sabonis is not playing, this line's probably going to jump another 2 points. So I think it's a lose-lose. It's a win-win to get on Denver right now, -3. If Sabonis plays and he looks pretty good, get off of it in game. If you don't like it, get off of it in game. If he doesn't play, he announced he's not going to play, then you're probably going to get 2 points of value, and you can either try to it's a side-out middle situation. But Denver's been playing better lately. Sacramento has improved drastically, mostly because of the Sabonis growing up and the Foxes being less careless or reckless with the ball. But I'm on Denver. I like the way they're playing now, coming together. Murray was fantastic. I mean, they're just playing better basketball. And if Sabonis doesn't play, I think it's a gimme.
Let me ask you this, because if it's a gimme because Sabonis is not going, Ski, are we looking at the under then? Are they going to be that much less potent offensively without him in the lineup? So, I mean, this is the biggest number on the board, I think, at 2-4. It's only continued to rise, and he's been doubtful most of the day. So what gives there, Ski? Are we looking at an under?
Well, I agree that you're going to miss a lot of offensive production with Sabonis out, but it's hard for me to think of an under with these two teams because I know Sacramento is still going to play up tempo. Even if you just look at the last 5 games, they're number 2 in pace. And Denver, they're usually a team that plays slow, but they've been picking it up with the pace too. And I talk about how I don't really trust them defensively. Sacramento's numbers last 5 games are 24th. Right. So I see an up and down game, not a whole lot of defense. You look at season long numbers, both are bottom 10 defending the 3. I couldn't confidently bet this game under the total.
Yeah, it would be that would be tough. That is for sure. But it's going to be an interesting one. Late night, guys. Still some time to figure out what the deal is with Sabonis. But keep an eye on a 10 o'clock Eastern time tip on that one. The contrarian gods, Sabonis, no Sabonis, they still think Sacramento +3.5 is the way to go. All right, great featured matchup here tonight. Absolutely horrific spot for these Los Angeles Clippers traveling north now to take on the Toronto Raptors. The number is 4 now. This was 5.5, I believe, when it opened. But sure enough, and I guess to the surprise of nobody, Toronto getting a little bit of love here, or shall I say the Clippers getting a little bit of love in the marketplace. We know John Wall is out. We know Kawhi Leonard is in. What we don't know, Ski, which always ends up screwing us with this Clippers team, is what the hell is Paul George going to do? Sometimes he's in, sometimes he's out. Who the hell knows? It's a fascinating matchup if everybody was healthy, but we don't have that right now. So who do you give the edge to in this matchup?
Well, I haven't seen Paul George ruled out just yet. I think he's, still expected to play as it goes right now. Yeah, he's in.
No,
okay.
yeah, no. Until 5 minutes before tip, and it's like, oh, no, sorry, Paul George is out. Like, what the?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, that's why I'm taking my time today, because I can see stuff like that happening. But Clippers have been playing really good basketball lately. They are going to have Kawhi back today too. And it's just, in my mind, I haven't really wanted to go against the Clippers because I just felt like they're finding their rhythm. Everybody's, chemistry is getting there and guys are healthy. So it's been tough, but you're right. It's not a good situation, not a good spot for this Clippers team. It's the fourth game in 6 days, coming off an overtime game versus Raptors, who have 3 days rest. And Raptors, who have been really good at home as well. So I really want to take the Raptors here. The thing that's been holding me back is I want to understand why this line is moving. Is it just moving because we know Kawhi is in? Because why did it go from down to 4?
Yeah.
Other than that, I like the Raptor side, and I'm trying to find more reasons to back them.
It's a little bit of a home. I don't know when the last time Kawhi has played in Toronto. Ski, did he play? When was the last time he played? I mean, 2019, he helped them win a damn trophy, and promptly left their ass in the dust. Shortly after that, was like, "Hello, Clippers." Now he gets to go home to We Are North. Interesting to see what kind of reception he's going to get. But hey, some of those dudes on that championship team there, Tony Finn, they still on that team. Pascal Siakam might have a little welcoming gift for him too. So, but hey, they're getting the love right now. The market is moving towards them. Do you think they're the right side getting these points here tonight?
Yeah, listen, Tyronn Lue's done a good job. I think most of us here are fans of his. I know people who aren't, but I just don't get that. George is going to play as long as he's healthy. He'll play back to back, as long as he's not hurting. And so far, so good. Even as Ski mentioned, it was an overtime game last night. It was a kind of a frantic game. There had to be some energy expended by this Clippers team. They were down by 14 points, final 3.5 minutes to force overtime, in which they just destroyed. And they just basically went out and destroyed Detroit. Detroit's funny. I mean, who you're going to get with them? But the Raptors are even funnier. Ski mentioned, very good at home. They have been very good at home. They've lost some recently. They've won 2 in a row. Remember, I think a couple weeks ago or last week, you asked me to, can we trust Toronto? I said, what kind of question is that? They've won 2 in a row. It was Lakers. They'd won 3 in a row. No, you can't trust them. Toronto's got problems. The Precious isn't playing, and this isn't a good matchup for them. It's a little bit better because the Clippers are on a back-to-back. However, Clippers do a great job in transition defense. And that's really Toronto's calling. That's what they've hung their hat on for since their championship. It's getting out in transition, being long, lean, and being able to defend too. And the best defensive team here isn't Toronto. It's the Clippers. And the best scoring team right now in the form that they're in is the Clippers. The Clippers are 127 and change offensive when George and Kawhi are on the floor together. Give me. And by the way, Wall's out because he played the majority of the minutes last night. Reggie only played 19 minutes last night. He's going to be at the point fresh. Give me the Clippers, and I'll lay the points.
Yeah, and there lies the problem, right, Ski? Because you had Paul George had to play 38. Zubac had to play 41 minutes last night, and that's not ideal here where I'm telling you, he might stub his toe into the arena, and next thing you know, Paul George, sorry, Toe. We got a toe problem. I can't go tonight. Wouldn't shock me at all, man. That would just drive me out. It's already happened to me twice with him this year. I ain't doing it again. Overtime, guys. We'll focus on a total here tonight. And boy, oh boy, we got a decent one here with Atlanta and Indiana. 233 is what this opened up at, and then the market laughed and proceeded to bet this thing up now to 238 is what we've got. A lot of love here for Atlanta in the marketplace in the game. The total as well being pushed up and over here, Ski. So here we are at 238. Is it still an over or not spot for you?
Yeah, I mean, every time these teams play, or at least lately, it's gone over. I want to say the last 8 meetings have gone up and over. Atlanta, I think they're 11-5 to the over so far this year. And as a road favorite, I believe it is, they haven't gone under one time. And that makes sense to me because Atlanta's not a good defensive team. They're not going to stop a whole lot of guys. They're just trying to outscore. So in this game, Atlanta, number 3 offensive rated team the last 5 games. Pacers, I know they haven't been playing with pace lately, but they're a team that is comfortable if the other team wants to run a gun too. So I think they'll accept the pace and it'll be a higher scoring game. I would not look towards under here.
Yeah, and they do a pretty good job of getting some turnovers too there, this Pacers squad, turning that into points. They love to get out into transition. So I get it, Tone. I mean, it's steamed up, 5 points here already? Is it enough, though? Is there still some room to get in on this up and over, or are you looking maybe under? Because Indiana didn't shoot the ball really well last night against New Orleans, did they?
No, they haven't been. Listen, Indy hasn't been an efficient offensive team at all. However, they've played in as many overs as they have unders. So the biggest problem here, one of the reasons, at least I'm hoping, this is one of the reasons that they're seeing what's the obvious, or at least whether it be Weekend Warriors or Sharps. The Sharps obviously are seeing the obvious, but the 2 best defenders for Atlanta are out. That's Capella and who's the other? Well, let me make sure. Before I tell you he's out, let me make sure he is. I think he is out, and that is, Hunter's out. Well, Hunter's not. He hasn't been. Actually, he's questionable. But Hunter, Capella, 2 best defenders, on-ball defenders that this team had, that Atlanta has, and Ski is right. Without that, with Murray and Ant, with the 2 guards in at the same time on the floor together, it's a pretty good offensive team. And they're really smooth. They're very efficient. When one goes off, they're not nearly as smooth or efficient. And but 240 is huge, guys. I mean, everything has to go right. One SHIT quarter by one team, and you're doomed, right? You're almost doomed. So I like a high-scoring game here. I didn't play the over. But I didn't play this game at all. I have 3 games. This is not one of them. But I would be, if you made me make a decision here, I would be on the over before I'd be on any other proposition.
Yeah, it's good to usually look at teams like, they were putrid last night. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat against New Orleans. But when you get an Indiana team who loves to chuck up the threes, likes to get out in transition, usually a bounce back spot here the following night. They're not going to play defense. We know that.
Yeah, that's a good old Ravino theory. If he was here, he would definitely mention, when team shoots poor one night, we expect him to head back towards the norm the next one. The one thing I'll say about the 3-point shooting is, and it's surprising to me to even look at this number, but Atlanta is number 4 defending the perimeter. So we'll see what happens tonight. All
right, there you go. All right, 238 is where it is at. And we got a nice card here tonight. It includes a lot of dogs in these 10 games. And let's see, Robert, who's everyone's dog here tonight?
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
All right, we got a few of them barking here tonight. Let's check it out. Lakers are a dog. Phoenix, San Antonio, the Knicks We talked Sacramento, Charlotte, a dog, as is Indiana, Houston, Washington, and the Clippers. So a lot of dogs here, Ski. A lot of dogs could very well be barking here tonight. Is there one you like a little more than the rest?
Yeah, and it's the one that I'm really trying to bet today, and they let me down yesterday. And Tony Finn was a winner in that game. I heard him mention it at the start of the show, but I want to look towards Charlotte here, and I just feel like they've been playing better lately than Golden State as far as the numbers are concerned. Better defensive team, better rebounding team. Golden State does have a game tomorrow that I feel like they'll care more about that game. But then again, they lost to Charlotte too, and Charlotte, they've just been pretty good on back-to-backs. They've covered both of them so far this year, and even go back to last year, I think they've covered 3 in a row, and they've won 2 of them. So I'm not scared of this role for them with the rest disadvantage, and I think they'll get it done tonight.
All right, so Charlotte Hornets there for Ski barking dog. What do you think here, Tony Finn? Which one of these dogs is going to be barking for you tonight?
I agree with Steve. They're not my dog. They're not my dog, but he's right. Since Melo's joined the team, they're much better. They're better with Melo. That's fairly obvious. But it's kind of a bad spot for them. They spent their holidays in Cali, playing the Clippers and the Lakers and in Portland, and now they're going to be back in San Fran tonight playing a team that defends listen. I would probably be on the over in that game of Ski, but I'm going to go to my dog. My dog would be, I'm looking right now, guys. I want to know, is everyone playing for Houston? Is everyone playing for Boston? I think, listen, Boston played so much better the last couple of games. But you guys, we all watched that 6-game, 5-game skid that they looked, if they can't hit a 3-pointer, or they struggle from the outside, this team struggles. It was a little better when Williams returned, right? Williams is a question mark tonight. Is he going to play? I'm showing he's not in the starting lineup. He's still restricted minutes, right?
Yep.
But he's dealing with a non-COVID illness. I'm guessing he's not playing. A non-COVID illness. The days of Jordan, taking some synthetic morphine or whatever it is, an IV, and playing lights out doesn't happen anymore. At least not that I've heard. Although I want to hear about it. But I'm going to take. I'm telling you right now. Houston's been doing. I know Ski's going to disagree with me here because he mentioned it last time, and that was he didn't didn't agree with me, and that's Houston's playing much better defense. These kids are starting to grow up for Houston. They're becoming. They're far from being where they want to be or where one has to be a postseason contender. However, I think what they've done in Houston, what they did with Wall, what they did with some of the trades with Harden, etc. They've all starting to kind of come together. They're better than they were the first week of the season. They'll be better tonight than they were yesterday. And I'll take 15 points and Houston against Boston.
Man, Robert, are you do you faint yet? Because Tony Finn just blew smoke up the Houston Rockets' ass here. I will say this, though. It wasn't like, Orlando came to Boston a short time ago. And, sometimes Boston has that habit of playing down to competition and not up like they did against the Milwaukee Bucks. Who did you like in that game on Christmas, Ski? Were you on Milwaukee or Boston?
I didn't play that game, but I did like Boston.
You liked Boston, and I just didn't. 139 was kind of crazy. So,
you only had to give 5 there, right?
Yeah,
you only had to give 5. I was on Boston, right?
Damn, that was impressive.
15?
Yeah,
15.
That was impressive. But 40, we've seen them, counter that and play down sometimes. So 15 it is for Tony Finn. But now it is time across these 10 games to see what our best bets are. All right, a lot of interesting angles, a lot of interesting spots here tonight for these 10 games. We'll throw 60 seconds on the clock, and we'll see which one, what direction these guys are going in. So, Ski, kick us off here, man. Remind the folks what you got going on, and tell us which one of these games is your best bet here.
Yeah, NFL has been treating me a little nicer than NBA over the past week. So I know I do have an NFL play up. And I said I've been taking my time with the NBA. plays for today. One I'm closest to making, one I like the most is that Charlotte game. And just to put some numbers to what I was saying, one of the more difficult spots in the NBA has been row back-to-backs. But they're starting to adjust these numbers now to where, it's not that much value. They're not covering as much. So road dogs off a road game, or unrested road dogs off a road game, they're 112 and 83. That's 57.4% going back a couple years. That says there's still some value in Charlotte. And Charlotte, like I said, this has been their role. They've covered their last 3 on a back-to-back, and they've won, I think, the 2 they had this year. Golden State with the game the following day this season, they are 2-5 straight up, 1-6 against the spread. I think one team plays a little bit harder tonight, and that'll be the Hornets.
Whoa, all right. Going Hornets tonight. Just quick reminder, Ski. Tony Finn said your Zach Wilson jersey is in the mail, so you should get that any day now.
So I get my Lakers jersey?
You should be able to wear that loud, wear it proud, man, because I know we're all rooting for Zach Wilson these days. Talk to me here, Tony Finn. He's been dead to me for like 8 weeks here. Talk to me, Tony Finn. What is the game that you have circled here for a best bet tonight?
I'm going to go to a team that really hasn't played great, efficiently lately. I'm going to go to the Memphis Grizzlies at home against the Phoenix Suns team. And the Grizzlies are laying a 7 or 8, which might surprise some. But if you look at the injury list for the Phoenix Suns tonight, I had Booker over points in their last game, and I wasn't paying. I didn't watch the start of the game, and I looked up. It was midway through the second quarter, and Booker had 4 points, and I didn't have to go read anything. We knew what happened, right? He hurt himself again. Hurt the same damn injury he came back from, the groin and the hammy, and those leg injuries that prevent him from scoring 70 points every night. Tonight you got a Suns team that is basically their D. It's their D League team, or their backups to the backups. And before I get buzzed, I'm going to take too much time. I'll make this simple. Memphis was in Phoenix. It was the only win they had on that 4-game road trip. They rebounded 50% of their missed shots and took everything to the rim. Right. Phoenix, I got Booker. No Booker, Crowder, Johnson, Payne, no Shemet. It's the Grizzlies by 20. I would have got 5 buzzers ahead.
Let me make this quick before I get buzzed 20 minutes later. All right, we got it, though. I think we all got it out. That's a good point. If Rob Vino was here, he'd have been yelling and screaming at you. So let's recap it one more time, as Tony Finn, in 20 minutes or less, gave us Houston tonight as his dog, just over 2 touchdowns, rather, against the Celtics. His best bet, though, eventually got there. Memphis on what is a depleted Phoenix team here. He's going to lay the 8, though, at Memphis at home, while Ski, he likes Charlotte, and he's going to make Charlotte his best bet, both dog and best bet here tonight against the Golden State Warriors. 2-3 now on that West Coast trip, Charlotte. Trying to break even here, see if they can get that 3rd win out on the West Coast. The contrarian gods, they're looking at the Sacramento Kings tonight, a home dog, in fact, against the Denver Nuggets. And if you head over to WagerTalk.com, guys, you can hop on board, both with Ski or Tony Finn, or both, in fact. Those 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day all-access packages are absolutely the way to go. Never miss a play. You guys get notified immediately. It's about getting the best of the number, and that's what it is. Timing is everything, and those all-access packages certainly help you guys make sure you get the best of the number with them. That'll do it here. 10 games tonight in the association. Plenty of opportunities to cash some tickets here, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow, breaking it down for you, as the official start of the NBA season was Christmas. And it's going to be one hell of a push here now over these next couple of months. And we'll finish out 2022 strong. Come back and join us tomorrow. Until then, on behalf of Ski and Tony Finn, and from an airport somewhere near you, probably, Rob Vino, get home safe, man. In the meantime, guys, Best of luck with your plays tonight. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good luck.
Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers, best bet, or daily package for only $2.